Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract. Contract number 27, set in Berlin and supplied to us today by May 23, 2004. So with no briefing, we'll move straight on to our targets, and today we have 5 familiar faces and a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the club crew. We'll be bringing with us 2 vials of lethal poison, and we're going to have 1 vial of agmetic poison stored up in the chill out staff area, and we'll be bringing with us a silenced pistol.
I got a ticket in my locker, but I don't
So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to put down this mop, as they're not paying us enough to clean this place up. And we're going to make our way into the staff area, retrieve our agmetic poison. We're going to don the bartender's outfit from the locker here, and then we're going to make our way back to the chill out bar area, and if we are quick enough we will get here before Agent Davenport arrives. He is currently in the corridor behind us. So we're going to add a lethal poison to his glass here on the table, although that's actually a spool, and we're going to make our way out of harm's way. Now Agent Swan is also in the area and will come directly past us, so we do need to keep an eye out for him as well. But Agent Davenport is already here, so we'll just watch him sample his drink and find it not to his liking, and he goes down rather ungracefully, and all of these people here are completely none the wiser. So we're going to move on to the juice bar area, and where our next target Agent Swan will frequent. Before we do that though, we are going to pounce on the delivery boy. We're going to render him unconscious. We're going to take the key that he drops, and we're going to deposit him in the dumpster on the far side of this area. I'm just going to wait here for that club goer over yonder to make their way past so that they don't spot us. And once we've got the delivery boy safely tucked up, we can then make our way over to the juice bar. Now Agent Swan is already in the area, so we do need to do this as quickly as possible so that we catch him and we're not stuck waiting around for him, as we will be doing quite a bit of waiting around later on. So we're just going to make our way into the juice bar, dismiss the bartender, take up his position, add our agmetic poison to the glass, and very quickly before he leaves we're going to serve Agent Swan.
Special. Yeah, sure.
So Agent Swan is going to come over, he's going to sample the juice that we have provided for him, and we are not going to break cover until he has drunk the drink. That's it, get that Kool-Aid down you and moved away, otherwise he will spot us. He is an enforcer. So once he has started to feel the effects, he will head off to the bathrooms, or the portaloos. We're going to make our way towards the biker hangout, and I'm just going to take care of the camera above the entrance to the club. We're not using that entrance, but we will be using the courtyard, and I do often forget that this camera is here, so taking it out is very, very beneficial. So once we've dealt with the camera, we're going to make our way around to the portaloos just as Agent Swan arrives, and we're going to give him a nice cold refreshing drink of blue water. So we are 2 targets down. We're going to move on now to Agent Lowenthal. So we're just going to grab the weapon that Agent Swan dropped. That will come in handy later on. We're going to make our way back around to the biker bar area, and we're going to open up the food parcel on the moped. We're going to add our lethal poison to that food, and then we're going to ring the doorbell and run away like a 5-year-old. So there we go. We're going to now make our way up onto the roof area, and more specifically the sky walk, but we will stop very briefly to make sure that the biker has come to the door and has collected the food for Agent Lowenthal. So we're just going to head up onto the roof of the club. We're going to pull out our silenced pistol up here and wait for the shutter of the biker's hangout to open. There it goes, and the biker is now approaching the moped and is going to collect up the food, and he will take that and call Agent Lowenthal to his doom. In the meantime, we're going to make our way up onto the skywalk, and our next target, Agent Thames, is just heading underneath the large crane. So when he gets quite close, we're going to just shoot the floor underneath the big concrete cylinder there. And when Agent Thames goes in to investigate, we can then shoot the crane and drop the concrete cylinder on his head. And we are now 3 targets down, technically 4, and we can move on to our 5th and final target, and he is my nemesis for this map, Agent Montgomery. And he's also got a bodyguard with him, a permanent guard following him around. So getting rid of Montgomery is a bit of a chore in itself. So what we're going to do is make our way down the club stairs until we get to the lower floor area, but not quite the ground floor. So I'm just slowing down a little bit because Montgomery is directly below us. And while we're doing that, Agent Lowenthal has sampled his takeaway and found it rather not to his liking. So we're just going to continue down the stairs until we get to the maintenance level, as I'm going to call it, which is this floor right here, 1 floor above the dance floor area. We're going to take the pistol we collected from Agent Swan and we're going to drop it on the floor here. That's not quite good enough. I want to put it on my left side there. That will do nicely. We're going to make our way up 1 more flight of stairs, and we're going to wait right here for Agent Montgomery and his bodyguard to return. And this is where the time-consuming part comes in. So when they return, Agent Montgomery will ignore the gun on the floor and continue on down the stairs. His bodyguard, on the other hand, will act like a guard, as he should, and he will stop to remove the weapon. So we're going to give Agent Montgomery a bit of time to get further down the stairs before we pounce on the guard. We're going to collect up the guns that he has dropped, and we are going to deposit the gentleman here up the stairs about 1.5 way up. So about here will do nicely, no one will find him. Before we leave, we're going to take his outfit, and then we can make our way down the stairs and we can set up our elimination for Agent Montgomery. So as I stated, he is my nemesis. If I'm ever going to mess up a silent assassin run, it's almost always him that causes it. So we are going to eliminate Agent Montgomery with extreme prejudice. And to do that, we are going to require ourselves 2 propane cylinders, both of which are located on the stairwell on the far side of the DJ booth. So we're going to grab 1 and we're going to place it around about here, and then we're going to return for the second one. We've got plenty of time to do this. Agent Montgomery has quite the lengthy routine and we have just missed him, so we do have a fair bit of time to get this done. We can do this at our leisure. There are a couple of more propane cylinders if I was so inclined to go and get as well from, I believe, upstairs, but 2 will be enough. So once we have both positioned by the entrance area there, we're going to put a bullet hole in one of them, and then we're going to make our way up on top of the DJ booth and up onto the air conditioning system. And from here we will have a nice clear view of when Agent Montgomery arrives and a nice clear view of the propane cylinders, and we will not be in view of Agent Montgomery, who is in himself a enforcer. So eventually, when Agent Montgomery makes it back down to our area, we can just quickly detonate the propane cylinders, blowing him halfway across the corridor, and all that's left for us to do is to smile warmly to ourselves as we make good our escape. and the nearest available safe exit will be the doorway just by the stairs where we got our propane cylinders from. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and once we get out of this club we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.